So let's wrap up with some of the outcomes. So when you've gone through, you've had your experience going through the learning marketplace as it exists today. So it is not a cooperative network. It is not a coherent learning journey where you complete an assessment and then based on that you are recommended options based on the partners in the network. That doesn't exist. That's the idea. That's what the idea will solve for. So here are some of the feelings and thoughts that people might have as they finish or engage they've begun their engagement or finished their engagement with the existing marketplace of learning in BC. So you might hear student Stephen could say like, this is fine, but I need more than these technical skills. So student Stephen went to took some courses in micro credentials perhaps at BCIT, but found he needed more human skills, perhaps around leadership, perhaps around empathy, and maybe around journey mapping, and around maybe stakeholder engagement, some critical thinking skills that he didn't exactly get from here. So he's slightly more employed for now, but it wasn't exactly what he was looking for. He could have used more options from perhaps some other partners with different expertise than BCIT has. NF Enterprises feels pretty good. They went through an assessment of their people, got these very different reskilling paths, and not only did they go through some industry partners that built technical and human skills, but they're through a mentorship program with TELUS. Enough Enterprises, they have a peer learning network across industries that's serving and helping to upskill not just the three people that went through this formal personalized learning, but also other folks in their organization to build their skills. So peer learning is great, and is a positive result because they did go through this marketplace with intention, customization, and it cost a bit more money to do that. Then we've got here Anne, the Minister of Advanced Education and uh, um, uh, skills training. Um, okay, but she's saying, okay, but people need more than just these skills. So yes, there's some short-term wins. There's like an opportunity to get specific people with specific skills for specific jobs, but she's not noticing the scale being achieved, right? So that's a need that still exists, and wishing there was a happier path for citizens through this experience. So unless you have someone to navigate, to decode what exists in this fairly complex learning marketplace, unless you have someone a path through to help decode and kind of guide you, there's not it's not as easy as it could be. And the last part that came up across everyone was who owns my data. So when you go through and you actually have these different experiences, either as an organization, as a learner, or as a stakeholder from the government, wondering when you are assessed at what your skills are and where you live, who owns that data? Where does it live? And can you get a sense of like what the skill map would look like for the province, and then providing the right kind of geographic or regional community-based interventions as opposed to just providing options for everyone no matter where they're from. Those might be some other things that come up. So that's it. That's the empathy map. Thank you.